So, everyone has a year one. Batman had a year one, Superman had a year one. I'm not comparing myself to a superhero by any means, but we all start somewhere. So I figured I'd have this video be something that I'll just have on my channel, outlining what I want to do with my self-declared year one. So let's get into it. First off, I want to publish Phantom of Galdoria. I know, that's the one thing I've always wanted out of all of this. I'm not really necessarily looking for attention or money in any regard. It would be cool if people bought the book and liked it. That's all well and good. But I'm kind of just publishing it for me, because I've always wanted to have something of mine published, whether it be self-published or traditionally. Maybe look at that down the road a bit. But it's just something that I want to do this year above all else, is just make sure that Phantom is as good as it possibly can be and that it's published. That's what I'm looking for this year, and if nothing else on this list happens, except for just publishing my book, then I'll be a happy man. So that's the first and main goal that I have for the year, is to just publish Phantom. Probably around mid to maybe late this year. Hoping a little bit earlier, but again, it has to be as good as it possibly can be, otherwise it's not really... I want to make a good first impression as a writer, as an author. So yeah, that's the first order of business. I'm gonna try and test holding it with this hand, because this hand is really fucking tired. So, second order of business, I want to prepare my second manuscript that I put into an actual publisher for their challenge is ready or in a better place than I submitted it as. At this point in time, as of recording in May, I think it's the 2nd, I'm not entirely happy with it, but I'll know if there is any movement with that book in around August. So August till December is when I'll probably either rework it, reshop it, or fix it to a degree that I would be happy with self-publishing. That's that goal for that book, which I do want to talk about because it's a really cool book. I don't remember what I've already talked about, so I don't want to go into more detail. But yeah, I want to make sure that I could possibly publish that book in December or November, depending on how fast I am with the edits. So that would be a cool thing to do this year as well, after Phantom is put out, and hopefully a few other things are kind of in the getting the groundwork done for it. So yeah, I cannot stress how much I want to talk about this so much. It's a really cool setting, and it's really fucking annoying that I can't talk about it. Another thing I want to do this year is to start, or properly start, Phantom of Galdoria 2. I don't know, I made it 2 Galdoria, 2 Serious, 2 Phantom, 2 Galdoria is what the working title is in my other video. But yeah, I want to get that started properly. Currently got the prologue done, and chapter 1 I'm currently writing as a second draft, because initially I started writing the sequel in third person, because at the time I was so disillusioned with first person that it pissed me off having to write more of it. And then I wrote my second manuscript because first person was what I was most experienced in. And then I came back and I spoke to my editor, and we came to the conclusion that putting it back into first person would be a good idea for continuity and coherency across the books. So doing that, which I'm changing some of the story elements that I had before, because as a more experienced writer now compared to what I was like with Phantom, I'm changing a few things to make them a little bit better, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, holy crap, I need to change hands, hold up. Okay, I hope that was seamless. So changing to first person again for the sequel book, which in my opinion is probably going to be the last book in the duology. So Phantom is going to be 2 books. Then after that, I think I might end up doing some other just solo books after the Phantom duology is out. That's not the final name for it, don't worry. Because like, there's so many other ideas that I have, and I've outlined some of them, like Vroom Vroom, which is a stupid name. And there's a few other like single story stuff that I want to try and do. I want to try my hand at different worlds, different formats, time periods. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I hate them writing in a modern day. I hate it so much. But I am working, or I have the ideas for a manuscript that is pretty close to me personally, that I do want to write at some point. So I don't know what part of the timeline that's gonna come out in. I haven't even finished the first chapter yet. Well, I have, I'm on chapter 2 now. So I've got a lot of open projects at the moment, considering I'm just focusing on editing and publishing Phantom. So we'll see what happens in that regard. So that'll probably be a video way down the line, as well as the second manuscript video, which I'll put out around November, or when I can. So yeah, that's all in that department. What else? In terms of what I want to do for the future, I have tons of ideas. Like, I've got enough ideas to probably last my entire career. My ideas book it fills up pretty quickly. So it's not like I'm out of ideas for things. But there's so many things that I want to do which I would love to divulge in this video so much, outlining everything I really want to do with my career as an author. Sorry, my cat just jumped off my bed. What are you doing? Are you going to be able to let yourself out? Come on, you can do it. Go on. She let herself out. She's going to start screaming in a minute. But there's so many ideas that I have for my career as an author that I want to do. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to bite more than I can chew, or bite off more than I can chew with this as a whole. What I do want to do eventually is I want to write a comic book in some way, shape or form. That's one thing that I know I want to do with my career, because I love comics. I think, honestly, comic books and just novels are equal in regards to the level of literature that it conveys. Now that sounds like a bunch of gobbledygook that I just said, and it probably does. Just ignore it. I know what I'm talking about. But it's something that I want to dabble in, at least once. So that's the only thing in the future that I will talk about that I want to do. Comic books, I really want to do one. So bad.